Hi, everyone. Hi, Sabrina.
Hi, ladies. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you.
Oh,
Hi.
great. Hi. Well, welcome back to Hair Flare Live. Thank you so much for joining me. Welcome, everyone, to our Hair Flare Live showcase. Today, we're going to talk about some brand new styles by Ellen Wille, and Amber's going to show us a couple of her favorites. We've got a really great show for you today. So first off, I just wanted to start by saying hi. So how are you, Sabrina? I know we met earlier this week. You look beautiful, lovely as always.
Oh, thank you. I'm doing so great. You look beautiful too. And we're so happy to be back on here. So thank you for having us. And hello, everybody watching.
Yes, thank you so much. It's my pleasure to have you guys here. So thank you. Hi, Amber. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. It's really rainy and gloomy here, but I'm wearing the cute hair, and that puts a pep in my step, you know?
Oh yeah, it always helps. Our weather here today is so gorgeous. I'm sorry to say that, but it really is, and it's not. It is kind of rare. Usually this time of year we see a lot of gray and rain and stuff. So, but I did do some filming outside today, and it was so beautiful. But it was too. I think it might be too windy, so I might need to go back because I'm always moving the hair out of my face so I can show how it's really supposed to lay. And so we'll have to see what those look like. But it is gorgeous. So I'm sending some sunshine your way. I'm sorry it's gloomy, but hopefully it won't be long.
Thank you.
Okay, so we are going to, for those of you just joining us, I wanted to introduce you to Sabrina and Amber. They're helping us with Envy and Ellen Wille. We're going to be looking at the brand new Ellen Wille styles from their spring launch today. And then Amber's also going to be talking about some of her Envy styles. So we've got a really great show for you, lots of information, and we've got some giveaways. So it's going to be really fun. So thank you all for joining us. We're looking forward to this. I've been looking forward to it all week. So I'll go ahead and get started with just a couple of housekeeping things. We have a lot of people who join us regularly. So you've heard all this before, but for those of you who are new, my name is Andrea Carlson. I'm the owner of wigstudio1.com. And I have the pleasure of connecting here with Sabrina from Ellen Wille and Amber with Envy today to showcase some of the new styles. So a little bit about Wig Studio One is if you need to contact us, our contact information, the email is support@wigstudio1.com. So if you have any questions, please feel free to email us. We do offer free consultations, virtual consultations at wigstudio1.com. So if you happen to be new to wig wearing or alternative hair wearing, please feel free to take advantage of that. It definitely helps with the learning curve. We carry a lot of different brands, different styles, different fibers, different cap construction in a variety that meets a variety of different budgets. And so, plus there's a lot to learn about measuring your head for a wig or for a topper. And it's just really helpful to help shorten that learning curve. So if you have a minute and you'd like to book a free virtual consultation, you can do so by going to our website, just on our homepage there at wigstudio1.com, and you click on book a consultation, and then you can select your date and time. They'll ask you a couple of questions, and then submit that, and one of our personal hair consultants will be in touch with you. So we look forward to serving you. If you prefer not to book online and you just need help with a consult, you can email us at support@wigstudio1.com. We also have a callback number, which is toll free. It's 877-594-3001. So if you're interested in speaking with someone by phone, please feel free to give us a call. Just leave your name and telephone number and what your call's regarding, and one of our personal hair consultants will get back in touch with you and be sure to assist you. We do offer free shipping in the United States on all orders over $150. We do ship to 280 countries, so we do offer international shipping, and that shipping is calculated at checkout. We do have a try-on option for returns. We don't charge any restocking fees, and we have a really flexible, easy return policy if something you should purchase maybe doesn't work out for you. But please take a look at our return policy as well, just to make sure you understand fully what you receive and what the requirements are to return an item, because in this particular industry, they are pretty specific. So just make sure that you take a look at our return policy and let us know if you have any questions. We're happy to assist. Okay, so we do have some promotions going on tonight. We have 30% off all of our Envy styles and 25% off Ellen Wille. So I'm excited to show you these new collection, these new styles from their new spring collection tonight. So we will be talking about them. Sabrina and Amber and I were going to go through like their cap construction and all that great stuff. So there are some new colors too, aren't there? And those are in this style I have on, Dua, right?
Yes, yeah, Dua comes in some new ones.
Okay, so I'm just looking to see if I have my notes on here, and I don't think I do. Oh, yes. So we have a couple new colors. We're going to try to feature and spotlight some of those. Chocolate frosted is one. There's a dark gray frosted, peach blonde shaded, which looks beautiful, and firestorm mix, which sounds really, really pretty. It's very, very bold. So we're very excited to showcase just as many of those as we can to you tonight, talk to you about the new styles, answer any questions that you have, and of course, do some giveaways. In fact, why don't we start with our first giveaway? We're going to do $100 gift card to wigstudio1.com. For those of you that are new, if you're joining us from another platform, please, and you'd like to enter the giveaways, please navigate over to our website, which is wigstudio1.com. And what will happen is you'll come to the home screen, just click Join Live Stream, and you'll be assigned a pseudonym. It's typically food or dessert related, and and that's really just to protect your privacy. You are able to edit your name if you'd prefer to do so. Just click on that little pencil, I believe, in the top right corner, and you can edit your name. But a lot of people don't, and they continue to use them. So we have a couple examples here. Cherry Dairy is one. Hi there. Cool Custard. Dole Tofu. Hello to you, and thank you all for joining us. So to enter the giveaways, you'll just navigate over to the website, click Join Live Stream, accept your pseudonym or edit it if you'd like. And then to enter, there's a little giveaway gift box right here. I don't know if you can see it on my screen, but it's got a little gift there, and it says giveaway. If you just click on that, that box will expand. You want to enter your email address into that box. Enter your email address in there, and then it will go into a selector, and we will randomly select a winner for our gift card giveaway. We also have lots of other giveaways this evening that were sponsored by Ellen Wille and Envy. So thank you so much to both of those brands for, number one, joining us tonight, but also for these beautiful new styles and colors, and also the giveaways too. So I will go ahead and share those with you here as we get started. But before we do, I just wanted to talk one more thing about the giveaways. If you are joining us from outside of the USA, you are absolutely welcome to participate in our giveaways. Just know that we do require a physical address to ship any physical product to that's here in the States. And that really is just because there's a lot of different rules and regulations regarding giveaways in various countries. And so we just ask that you have a friend or a relative or have a setup with a third-party freight forwarder that is located here in the States that we could ship to, and then they could take it from there and forward it on to you. So welcome, everyone, and thank you so much for joining us. I feel like we've got some really great promotions right now. Again, Envy is 30% off, and Ellen Wille is 25% off this evening and tomorrow, I believe. So definitely take a look at some of our social media content too. We'll be featuring some of their new styles, and we'll have that promotion going through Friday, I believe, and possibly the weekend. I will confirm that here. Maybe Mackenzie will. She's kind of my my sidekick, and she can confirm that. But yes, we're very excited to introduce those promotions. So if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to us at support@wigstudio1.com. We do offer free shipping on all orders over $150. We're pretty fast in the shipping department. We've got an amazing community and really great service. Our personal hair consultants are very kind and compassionate and professional. A lot of them have their own stories of their hair loss journey. So feel free to reach out. We'd love to assist you. And I feel like we have a really great support system for that. So please let us know how we can assist. And I don't know how long that giveaway box. Oh, I did want to mention about the giveaways. So you do enter your email into the giveaway box. We don't share that information with anyone. We certainly don't sell it. We don't use those emails to add to our own marketing list without your permission. We require you to opt in. And so we just collect it specifically for the giveaway. So feel free to enter your email into there, and then we will hopefully, good luck everyone. Hopefully you'll be selected for one of our amazing giveaways tonight. So, okay, why don't we go ahead and get started? Do you want to start by, Mackenzie, if you feel like we have enough entries? Yep, I guess we do. We will go ahead and announce our winner for the $100 gift card to wigstudio1.com. Congratulations, Sparkly Raisin. Welcome, and you are the lucky recipient of a $100 gift card to wigstudio1.com. Our team, it's a digital gift card, so we don't need to verify your shipping address, so we'll get that sent out to you probably by the end of the day tomorrow. So if you don't see it, please check your spam folder. Sometimes our communications will go in there, so check your spam folder just to be sure. And of course, if nothing's in there, feel free to email us at support@wigstudio1.com. And congratulations. Thank you. A big thank you to Ellen Wille tonight and Envy, and thank you to all of you for joining us. A big thank you to my team, and congratulations. I'm excited to get started. So I guess I could start with what I'm wearing, huh? That's usually what I do. Because we have three here, three boxes with all three of us, I'm just going to step back just a little bit, and I'll talk about this style. This is Dua, one of the new styles by Ellen Wille in the color Rosewood Brown Shaded. So she is really, really cute, very, very light density. I will show you her cap, but first let me go ahead and just do a quick spin. I may, while you're speaking, Sabrina and Amber, I may adjust my my height a little bit on this so that I can get a little closer to the camera without it taking off, without it, taking off my head.
I love
What was that?
Yeah, that looks gorgeous on you. I'm actually going to let me grab my Dua too. That way everyone can kind of see what it looks like. But that looks amazing on you. How did you feel when you first put her on?
Well, honestly, my first thought was, wow. So first off, the fibers are really silky, and she's so light. She's so light. All I can feel is the cap. Like her fibers are, and this was one I tried to do outside. So I don't know if I'll be able to submit that because the wind was blowing just a little bit. It wasn't crazy, but she's just so light and airy and really, really cute. I'm going to go ahead while you're putting yours on. Let me adjust my height here.
Yeah, and while you're doing that, Andrea, before I put her on, I can actually show what the inside of that cap looks like. So Dua is one of the newer styles, as Andrea was mentioning. And you can see, Andrea, you're wearing her kind of like right out of the box. So you guys see she's like smooth, a super cute classic bob. She's a little stacked in the back when Andrea did that turn, and I'll kind of turn too. But she has an extended lace front, and she has a center mono part. And you can see it's a pretty wide area there. And so what I've actually done with mine is I moved the part off to the side just a little bit, just so you can see there is some flexibility there. Oh, and Amber, you have yours on too. What color were you wearing?
I am wearing Bernstein multi-shaded.
Yeah, Bernstein is such a popular color with Ellen Wille. Let me kind of get mine. So just so you guys can see the versatility here. So she is heat-friendly synthetic fiber. which is great because you can change up the style a little bit. You can add some curls and waves. So I love that we can all see a little bit of the difference here. So I've actually curled mine, added some little waves, and I love that she has like a little bit more length in the front here. So you guys can really see that. I've just added just light waves to this, and you can see how it just transforms this look. You can have something super posh and polished. You can add some fun textures and movement like I've done. And Amber, I see you're putting yours in like this cute little sleek, updo. It's just the cutest style, especially great for springtime. It's off of your neck. It's just the greatest length and so lightweight. When you said that, Andrea, I couldn't agree more. When I put her on, I was like, oh my gosh, like the way this moves is incredible. And I'm actually wearing her in one of the new colors that you mentioned. So I'm wearing her in chocolate frosted. And when I saw that this came in like a new brunette color, I was over the moon excited. I was like, I have to get that color. So this is chocolate frosted. You can see it's like a dark brown base. You have some auburn in there, but then you have this neutral blonde that's blended throughout, and it just kind of cools everything down. So even though there's like some auburn, it's a cooler brunette color because of that neutral blonde. And I know so many people, I don't know about you, Andrea, I always hear people are looking for cooler neutral browns, not so warm. And this color was it for me. I mean, I love her with a little wave and texture. What about you guys? Do you like the sleek and polish? What are you liking?
I think the way oh, go ahead, Amber. I'm sorry.
No, I was just gonna say I love both, but that's the beauty of the fiber is you can do both. When straight out of the box, I thought that this wig was so posh and chic. So speaking of how lightweight it is, it's a perfect ear tucker if that's what you like to do. It's not so short that you can't tuck it, but it's light enough that it's not making your ears go like this, you know?
Yeah.
So but the
That
way
happens to you too?
tuck it and you're like, oh wow, okay. But this is perfect ear tucker, and I love the way that Sabrina styled her with like that really, really loose, kind of beachy dropped wig. So cute.
So Sabrina, when you first put her on, I actually thought I had the wrong wig on. I was like, oh, did I mix them up? But then you said that you had heat styled her, and I was like, phew, I did not mess up. So, no, I love her. I love the sleekness, but I love what you've done, how you've styled her. It's just super cute. I mean, you created a completely different look. So,
And it's so subtle too, because I mean, you saw it's the center part. So a lot of
mhm,
people are like, "Oh, I'm only limited to just the center." But when you see like how wide it is, even just the slightest,
yeah,
move a little bit off to the left or the right, you can really change the look of this. And then even here, you can see I curled some pieces more and I left some pieces a little straight, and it really shows that change of length to really
mhm,
mix it up for you. I think it's such a versatile style, and it's a classic, bob that it's never going to go out of style. So I just love the
right.
versatility. And with color options, I mean, she comes in some amazing color options. And we have to shout out that rosewood brown shaded color. People are always asking for more Ellen Wille styles to come in that rosewood color, and rightfully so. It's gorgeous. And so I was very, very happy to see that Dua does come in a rosewood brown shaded. On top of her other new colors, which you had mentioned. I just want to make sure I get them all right because there's some new stuff in this collection here. So that chocolate frosted, dark gray frosted, and peach blonde shaded are the new colors for Dua. So never before seen colors. So make sure you guys go check them out. But I'm obsessed with this chocolate frosted for sure.
That is really pretty too. And it looks different than it sounds. I mean, not that it makes, like, I would have expected it. I wouldn't have, even though it says frosted, I wouldn't have expected it to be as light as it is. So it looks beautiful.
Yeah,
So
she's
very cool.
probably one of my favorites for sure. I can't wait to see what everyone thinks of all these styles. But yeah, this is Dua, heat friendly synthetic, and like you said, just so lightweight, perfect for spring, perfect for the new season, and a fresh new style to add to your collection. And then these are from the Modix collection. So
Yeah.
If you guys are interested to know where these are coming from, it's Modix. Very high energy, very bold statement making pieces, and an amazing color line in general in that collection.
Yeah. I agree. I was going to let you all know too, we are giving away this duet in rosewood brown shaded. So Mackenzie will go ahead and put up our giveaway box. And once you see that, feel free to click on that, enter your email address, and we will select a lucky winner of a duet in rosewood brown shaded. So there it is. Just go ahead and click on that box. It'll expand, enter your email address. And again, we don't do anything with your emails other than use them to contact you to confirm your physical shipping address for physical products like this one. So good luck, everyone. While we're waiting for everyone to enter, I'm just going to go through a few specs on Duet, if you ladies are okay with that. She does have a lace front and a wide monofilament part. So I know Sabrina had already shown you the cap construction, but I wanted to share with you too that one of the things I noticed when I was doing my filming today was that part that it is wide. In fact, I could almost do 3 fingers. It was a little shy of that. So most parts for me are a good one is 2. So this was like 2 3/4 fingers. So it is pretty generous there and gives you kind of more flexibility. So if you prefer a right side part or left side part, as long as it's not all the way over and you fall within that area, that monofilament area, you can really get a nice natural looking part. Just trying to show it here, and have a little bit of flexibility in terms of how far over you can go to if you prefer not having a center part. Okay, so good luck, everyone. Don't forget to enter for Duet. Her regular price is $352.75, and with 25% off, that brings her down to $264.56. We do have 25% off Ellen Wille and 30% off Envy this evening and tomorrow evening, and I believe through the weekend. Those discounts are automatically applied at checkout. So we talked about her cap construction. She's got this beautiful extended lace front hairline. She's open wefted, and then she has that very generous center part. Cap size is petite to average, but I'm a pretty true average. It's been a little bit since I've measured my head, but the last time, which was probably 3 months ago, maybe 2 months ago, I was 22 inches. And that does fluctuate for those of you that are wondering. Not a lot, but sometimes if you're carrying more like fluids in your body, or if you've lost a little bit of weight, it does impact your circumference. So just as a little heads up, sometimes your wig might feel a little snug, and sometimes it might feel a little bit looser. It's rare that it would happen that much for you to really be able to notice it, but just a little bit of information on some of the things I've experienced. And I wanted to share with you that I'm a true average, and this petite average feels really good on me. It doesn't feel too snug. And you also have those adjusters in the back. So if you're smaller, maybe 21 inches, I would say, or maybe even a little bit, 20 and a half, you can just utilize those adjusters in the back to customize the fit for you just a little bit better. I have her dimensions here are 9 inches. So she's basically 9 inches mostly around. We have the front at 9 inches. And then the sides show 9 inches and the crown as well. But you can tell that it is a little bit shorter there in the back, and the nape is 1.75 inches.
Yeah, I love that subtle stacking in the back. When you turn to the side, Andrea, you can really see that little stack back there.
I saw somebody asked if you could wear glasses with it. You guys, I have glasses right here. And it looks cute. I saw Warm Pizza ask that, and so I thought
Warm Pizza. Yeah, that's so cute. I'm glad I brought mine too, Amber, actually. I was recently introduced to readers by a friend. And so I have difficulty. I can see distance with my contact lenses in, but I cannot see close up. And so she introduced me to readers, and I'm wearing glasses with them. These are right under the ear, or no. Yeah, right under the ear tab. and it feels real comfortable. They're actually very secure. I think wigs help sometimes secure your glasses. So, but I was going to share with you. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, go ahead. I was just addressing a comment. I can do it right after.
Oh, okay, awesome. Thank you. So like you, Sabrina had said, she's heat friendly, so you can add some curl or wave to her like she had done. The weight on this style is 3.4 ounces. So I think that really speaks to how light, just the fibers are so light, and you can they just really slide through your fingers or my fingers. Just very, very soft and light in density and just kind of airy, so I really like this style. And so thank you very much, Ellen Wille, for sponsoring these styles so we could give them away. She is beautiful.
I'm excited for the winner of this one. I did see a comment, and I saw Mackenzie working hard behind the scenes. She kind of answered it already. Somebody was saying that my wig appeared to be a little bit longer than yours in the front, than your guys' in the front. And I think that's such a great comment that I just wanted to bring up because it definitely, take into consideration your face length, your neck length. Usually, when I see a bob on the models, when new styles come out, I see it on the model and I'm like, oh, it looks so much longer on them. But when I put it on, it's like short on me. And I'm like, why does it do that? Like, why is it looking like that? And I think that's so important to maybe just, take a look at your measurements. Even on my side, I see myself next to Amber. And obviously, like our face shapes are different. Andrea, our face shapes are different, but also it's styled too. I purposely curled some pieces for a shorter effect, and kind of straightened out the longer ones right here. So the way you style it too will really play a role in those textures and showing the lengths you want. But definitely face length, shape, with all of that will affect how that wig lays on you.
Yeah, we all have different lengths, like in our forehead and our cheeks and our necks. In fact, some of our reviewers have put their sizes out there, like, hey, this is so that people can actually measure, like, okay, so she has a 4.5-inch forehead and mine is 4. So that might be a little long on me, or it's going to come about, that fringe is going to be a little bit longer on me, or vice versa if you have, a different neck size. I don't know that all of our reviewers do that, but I've definitely check out YouTube. It's such a huge resource, and we will have content. I think we already do on these pieces out there. And so that you can see the different colors in different lighting. Oftentimes the reviewers will go outside and indoors so you can see what it looks like, in the sunshine. Does it have a lot of red in it? Is it warmer? Is it cooler? Those kinds of things. And then also, of course, those sizes. So it's a great question. And yes, you're so right, Sabrina. It just kind of depends on your face shape. And those sizes, how do you have a longer forehead? Do you have a longer neck? That's going to impact. And are you fuller? I have a fuller face. So if you have, if you're a little more slender, it's going to look slightly different on you. So, but yeah, great question.
Yeah, that was awesome. Just fixing this right here. Well, I know we have another style we were going to show, but I wanted to see who was maybe win. Oh, there it is.
To our winners, there we go. Okay, congratulations, Vibrant Mango. You are the lucky winner of Dua in, I just want to make sure I say this right, Rosewood Brown Shaded. Oh, and before I take her off, I just want to share with you this particular color. The description is a medium brown, caramel, and rose gold blend, with shaded roots. So medium brown, caramel, and rose gold blend with shaded roots.
So pretty.
So yay, congratulations. We will go ahead and reach out to you via email. Check your spam folder just to ensure our communications don't go in there. And then we'll just confirm your shipping address and get her out to you as soon as possible. Our team will probably try to reach you tomorrow. If not tomorrow, then the next business day, which is Monday, by the end of day. And definitely, if you haven't heard from us, please email us at support@wigstudio1.com. So congratulations and thank you for joining us. Okay.
All right.
Should we
Well,
move on to our next one?
yes. So the next one that I was going to grab was Prima Soft. I was going to show this one.
Okay.
She is a cute pixie. I love that she looks so natural. Before I put her on, just to show you all this cap construction, she's 100% hand tied. So she has that extended lace front over here. You have a fully hand tied top, and then all back here is hand tied, and you get that extended nape area. And I love this. I would love your guys' opinion too, but I love when there's that extended nape because it gives you that additional coverage. You still have those Velcro bands, petite average size. This is regular synthetic fiber. So not heat friendly. This one's regular synthetic. And I have her in the color dark sand shaded. Here she is a little more up close. And then I'm going to go ahead and put her on. Andrea, I see yours is on already. She's so cute on you.
Thank you. Yes, she's got that. She does have a lace front. Yes, she has an extended lace front hairline. So I'll show you what that looks like on mine. And then I'll share with you this color too.
We're all kind of like zhuzhing it up. Amber, that looks very
Did you
edgy.
say,
I love it.
did you say yours is dark sand shaded?
Yes, the one that I'm wearing.
Let me check the color on mine. I think it might be the same. No, it's not. Mine is toffee brown lighted. Coffee brown lighted.
Oh, that makes sense because that lighter color in the front. I know we're going to talk about colors a little later on, but yeah, that makes sense why you have that lighted distribution.
Yeah, she's really cute. Lots of layers on this, and you can get with all these different layers if you wanted to use even just your fingers, or look at Amber.
Yeah.
You guys both have, like, it looks like a totally different style. It's so cool how you can do that. And she did that just with her fingers and maybe a little water, or you can use some product. And,
you know, of product in there left over from my
okay
that I created. So yeah, I have that to work with. But exactly like you said, water, your fingers.
I like it kind of spiked up. I think it gives her like just a little bit of pizzazz. And I love this shorter styles too, and because they have all these layers, so like your hair, it always looks it looks put together, but it's always a little piecey, especially if you're like out in the wind, because it's just so textured.
Yeah, and the fact that it's hand tied, I mean, you can see how you can easily manipulate the knots and move the hair around. But I mean, I know you guys maybe probably agree with me. This feels like I don't even have a wig on. It is so lightweight, and it being 100% hand tied. The reason why I keep saying that is because Ellen Wille doesn't have too many 100% hand tied synthetics. And so if you are somebody who loves those hand-tied cap designs, the softness, that natural look and feel, this is one of those that you have an option now. So I'm so excited that we were able to come out with such an elevated cap design in such a cute pixie style with this length and texture up here. I mean, I don't have any product in mind. Mine's pretty much straight out of the box here, but even just running your fingers through, it's like you took a razor or thinning shears and kind of thinned it out, added texture up here. And then I love the length in the back. My hairline goes a little lower. And so that extended nape that I was mentioning and the length of the hair back here really gives that coverage and softness. It's not a super tight, tapered pixie, which is a great look, but sometimes people want a softer finish or a softer edge. So I love that this is an option for that.
So I was actually just looking at the weight while you were talking. And before I go further, I just wanted to let you know we are giving this style away. So this is Prima Soft, and the color is, I apologize, coffee brown lighted. So you can go ahead and enter your email address into that giveaway box up there, and we will randomly select a winner for this style and color. The weight. This is what I wanted to share with you. We were talking about how light she is. 1.66 ounces is what I have on my sheet. So,
Yeah.
and you can tell too, this is a style I would forget I even had on. It's just very, very lightweight.
Yeah,
So, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, even though it's full, I probably said this, but even though it's fully hand tied, like the amount of volume that you can get with fibers is incredible. With how lightweight it is and the fact that it's fully hand tied, like look at the volume that I've been able to achieve with just a tiny product. So,
and I don't even have any product in there. I think I'd need a little bit to hold it, but you can see like you can get a lot of height and volume from this. Even with well, I think product would help it hold, but you can see without any product what you can do already. So super cute style. Okay, let me go through her specs. So cap size again is petite to average. Again, it feels really good on me, not too snug. The length in the front is 4.25 inches. And then her crown is 4.25 inches. We have the sides at 3.25. I did do an ear tuck. I just always like that with the pixies. 3.25. And then the nape is 3 inches.
Yeah, I love that coverage in the back. So nice.
it's such a versatile style. Some people feel like, oh, it's a pixie. I don't have a lot of room for, a different look. And you can tell, I mean, it's so different on all three of us.
Yeah.
Anyway, love it.
Well, just by styling it away from your face or kind of wearing it down just a little bit, wearing the fringe forward or pulling it to the side like you've done, Sabrina, you can have 3 totally different styles. So it really is versatile. Okay, so yes, she is traditional synthetic, 1.66 ounces. Price on this one, she is fully hand tied, so it starts at $446.25. But with 25% off, all Ellen Wille is 25% off this evening. Discount automatically applied at checkout, and that brings her down to $334.69. $334.69. And again, this style is Prima Soft from the new spring collection, for those of you just joining us. And this color is toffee brown lighted. I don't have a description for this particular color, but Mackenzie, if you have a free minute, maybe you could drop it in the notes below so that everyone can see. But you can tell that definitely has this lighted area up front, right around the face, and then gradually it's a little bit darker as you move back.
I love all the highlights on all three. Just so fun and demanding.
Yeah. Well, we have a winner, Pure Waffle. Congratulations. Thank you so much for joining us, Pure Waffle. You are the lucky winner of Prima Soft. We will get this, I'll package and send out to you. Just look for an email from our team to make sure we can confirm your shipping address, and then we'll get her sent off to you. So congratulations, and thank you, all of you, for joining us and watching us try on these beautiful styles. So
congrats. That's exciting.
Congratulations.
It's going to be a favorite.
Oh, I'm sure it will be. Yes, let's do it.
Okay, perfect. So the next style, or the last style that we're showing, is the style Mila from this spring launch, and she is regular synthetic fiber, so just like Prima Soft, but you can see she has these beautiful relaxed waves to her. Now, this was not planned or expected, but I keep my wigs kind of in a bag that I travel with sometimes. And so she went a little wonky on me. I'm sure everybody who's worn a wig before, a synthetic wig, can attest to that. So I actually took my Envy 3-in-1 air styler and just freshened up her waves a little bit. So I'm going to put her on, but you guys may see she's a little more zhuzhed up here. This is the color that I have nut multi lighted. And when we were talking about lighted with Prima, lighted in Ellen Wille color means you have that bold highlight in the front. So think like that money piece, that flash front type of effect, and then it blends towards the back. So I'm gonna put mine on. Actually, let me show you the cap real fast actually while you ladies are fixing yours. Extended lace front. And then I think what everyone loves, a full mono top up here. So you can change that part as you'd like. I moved mine a little bit more off to the left, and then she has a wefted back that's enclosed with the soft netting material and then that extended nape. So I'm going to put her on. And I did a little kind of personalizing with mine. I mentioned I took that NV3-in-1 Air Styler and just kind of freshened up the waves just because I had mine in a bag as I was kind of showing them here and there. So I freshened it up a little bit, which I absolutely love because now I can save my synthetic styles. And then I usually grab a rooted color, but not all lighted colors have a root. So I did just spray a little bit of like a root spray. So just so you guys know exactly what I did and you guys know what to expect. This is the Nut Multi lighted color that I'm wearing. You can see that beautiful soft wave effect going on. And then Amber, what color were you wearing?
I'm wearing Bahama Beige Lighted.
Beautiful. And then Andrea, what were you wearing?
I have on Toffee Blonde Lighted.
Gorgeous. Yeah, you'll notice this is something unique with an Ellen Wille launch is for a style to come in all lighted colors. And so that is something that's very fashion forward, a very common trend with Ellen Wille. Staying much on trend. A lot of people are asking for this when they get their hair done, having that bold pop. And the reason why that's there is it really brightens and opens up the face framing area. So as you can see here, these bold highlights in the front, they really brighten up your face, and then it blends more to the back here. What do you guys think about, a lighted distribution? Because that is pretty unique with wigs.
I love it. I think it just adds to that dimension. And like you said, it brightens the face.
Yeah.
Anyway, I love this color. It's very, it has some warmth to it. You can't really see in this lighting, but in comparison to both of your colors, this does look more neutral.
Yeah.
It's such a beautiful color.
Yeah, I really like the lighted around the face, but I'm like, so, I mean, these are just so beautiful and I feel so lucky to be able to like have them on and stuff. So I'm not super, like, I just think it's beautiful. And I feel like it brings dimension to the color because as you pull it back a little bit, you've got these lighter streaks throughout. And it's just really, really just a very beautiful color. And then if you wear it closer to the face, I do feel like it lightens up the face, like you both were saying. It's just, I love it. I love it. But this style, I mean, I would find a way to wear this in a very dark black if I had to, because like I think that might be a little dark for me, but I would find a way because I just think she's so cute.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and she's lightly layered too. Andrea, as you're kind of doing that little spin around, you'll see like that light layered effect to it in the back. So it gives you some beautiful dimension. It gives that little bit of lift for those shorter lengths. So you have some more movement going on. It's really just a beautifully designed piece. And not only are the color options unique as far as being lighted, but there's two kind of gray colors with this type of effect here.
Mhm.
There was the dark gray lighted, and then there's like an ice blonde color as well. And so if you go check out the website and see those colors, I think it's really great to have that type of option in a longer length or more of a mid length, more of a trendier on fashion type of style with these loose waves. So I think she was just a home run for sure with this launch.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It looks like we have the giveaway box up. I just wanted to remind everyone, if you're interested in this particular style in Toffee Blonde Lighted, just go ahead and enter your email address into that giveaway box and we will select a random winner and we'll ship her out to you once we confirm your address. So good luck, everyone. And For Mila, I just wanted to go through pricing if you ladies are good with that. Normally, we have her listed at $530 with $530.40 with 25% off. That brings her down to $397.80. All Ellen Wille is 25% off this evening at Wig Studio One and through the weekend, I believe. And that discount's automatically applied at checkout. So I know Sabrina had talked about the cap construction. She is lace front. She does have a lace front hairline, a full monofilament top, and that allows you to part her wherever you'd like. So I'll just kind of hopefully give you an idea of what that looks like, you know, in the parting area. This part is still a zigzag part, so just trying to give you an idea, and sometimes it works for me with just my fingers, and sometimes I just need a comb. But there's that. So such a pretty style. And okay, so we talked about her pricing and her cap construction, and she is petite to average. Again, this one is definitely, I'm an average, and she feels really good on me, not too snug. And then we'll talk about her dimensions too. So I kind of played around with her a little much. So let me just kind of get her back to where she was. Okay, so we have, no, I apologize. I'm in the wrong one. So we have 10 inches in the front here. Gosh, she's so cute. 10-inch crown, and then her sides are 8. So I think that speaks to those layers that Sabrina was talking about. 8 inches on the side. The nape is 7 inches. And her weight is 3.6 ounces. So still a very light weight style. She is traditional synthetic. She's so pretty. You know, I love them all. I mean, it's really hard for me to say that's not for me, because usually with most styles, you can work with them. They're so versatile. You can pull them back, and all these beautiful different colors that they come in. I would have never thought 10 years ago I would love blonde hair or red hair. I tried on a red style recently, and I was like, yeah, I look good in that. I could do that. I could do that. So I love that we have so much opportunity and so many different options to choose from with the colors and styles and cap construction and, you know, where you want to part it, you know, it's just amazing. So thank you, Ellen Wille and Envy, for creating such amazing styles. Okay, so I did talk about her length, or excuse me, her weight, which was 3.6 ounces, and she's traditional synthetic.
Yeah. And then I also wanted to add in there, if any of you caught that I had kind of put a little bit of root, just because I personally like rooted colors. I feel like it's more complementary when I'm selecting a color. So not all lighted colors have a root, but I did want to just do a little call out to the colors of Mila that will have a root. Because usually, like I said, lighted don't usually have one. So if you are like me and looking for a rooted light color, with Mila, you would want to look at Bahama Beige lighted, dark chocolate lighted, ice blonde lighted, and ivory blonde lighted. Those ones are going to have a soft root for you. If you're like me and prefer to have a root in there. So just wanted to let everyone know that.
That's really cool. I'm glad that you mentioned that. I actually was going to talk about this color. I don't think I went through it. So if you don't mind, I'll share the description here. Toffee Blonde Lighted, it doesn't have a root, but you can see how beautiful and natural it looks at the top. Like when I first looked at this, I actually thought that it did have just a really light root, but it's not. It's not listed in the color, and but it just looks so natural at the very top. Okay, so Toffee Blonde Lighted has color numbers 20, 27, and 23 in there, and it's described as a light strawberry blonde, dark strawberry blonde, and the lightest pale blonde blend with highlights throughout and concentrated at the front. So light strawberry blonde, dark strawberry blonde, and lightest pale blonde blend with highlights throughout and concentrated at the front. So pretty.
Yeah, that looks
All right.
beautiful.
Oh, we have a winner.
Yay!
Yay! Congratulations, Smart Soda. You are the lucky winner of Mila in color. I just want to make sure I say this correctly. Toffee Blonde Lighted. So just watch your inbox. We will message you, get her shipped out to you. Please check your spam folder just in case. And congratulations. Thank you. Thank you for joining us. Okay, ladies. So what do we have next? We have talked about some of the beautiful new spring styles by Ellen Wille. Mila, which I have on, the Prima Soft, which we showcased earlier, a little bit shorter pixie, and then Dua, which is very sleek, heat-friendly, beautiful bob style. Actually, I was going to ask you about this, Sabrina, and I'm glad that it's here on kind of our agenda. Ellen Wille colors. So we do get a lot of questions on them. I think it's so unique and beautiful the way that each style has its kind of an own definition of a particular color, if you will. So I would love to hear a little bit more about that, like lighted, tipped, and how sometimes it can vary just a little bit based on the style and the reason maybe behind that.
Yeah, so it's a very, like you said, every style has its own custom blend. And so there's kind of two things you want to look at when you're looking for an Ellen Wille color. First thing is the name of the color is important, because if you have a color, for example, nut multi-lighted. If you hear the word lighted in that color name, that's going to tell you there's lighter color in the front and it blends towards the back. So you have an idea of that distribution. Tipped colors. If you hear a tipped color, for example, sand tipped, you're going to know it's lighter tipped end. So think like an ombre effect. For your mix colors, that's a pretty general blend of colors. Usually it's about 2 to 3 specific colors in that blend. Ellen Wille is very dimensional with its color. You very rarely ever see just one color being used. But if you see a color like chocolate mix, for example, that's just going to tell you it's a pretty general blend of the colors that are being used. And there won't be a root. So mixed colors, no roots. And then rooted shaded colors, which this is a common thing with Ellen Wille. Sometimes you see a color called chocolate rooted, or you see a color Bahama beige shaded. If you hear those two words, rooted or shaded, it means the same thing. It just means that you have a natural looking regrowth, just like bio hair would grow. You have a regrowth throughout the entire style. And so the color name is important for distribution wise. That's kind of like your indicator how color will be displayed. And then you want to look at the actual color codes that are being used. Andrea, when you were describing the colors, you were mentioning the numbers. So that's what I'm talking about as far as color codes go. So the name is important as far as distribution. Those codes, those numbers are important so you know the exact tones that you're getting in that style. And the reason why you may see a little bit of variance there is because Ellen Wille, our philosophy with color, is really to take an approach of almost like a stylist, like having a consultation with each individual style and complementing that style the best way possible with color. I kind of always use that example if you go to a stylist and you say, I want blonde highlights. And she says, okay, perfect. She doesn't consider your tone, your length, your texture, if you have fringe, curl pattern, and she just gives you the same blonde highlights, same pattern, same formula she does for everyone who wants blonde highlights. Ellen Wille doesn't take that approach. It's not a cookie cutter approach. It's very much, we're looking at that style. How is the color going to best display on this and what colors complement it the most? So that's why you get a little bit of variance there. But I think it's just really unique in our industry and a very artistic approach to our color line.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for sharing that with us. Just want to See, so you talked about shaded versus toned. Actually, no, we talked about rooted versus shaded. What about shaded versus toned? I've heard
Yeah.
shaded. I don't know that I've heard, I have seen toned, but I'm not sure of the meaning behind that.
Yes, so sometimes there's a little confusion there. So, like I said, rooted and shaded mean the same thing. That just means a
Mm-hmm.
regrowth throughout the entire style. If you see a toned color, which it's not too common, we have very limited toned colors, like champagne toned, for example. If you hear the word toned, that just means there's a very subtle root only at the top, and that's really just to give a natural appearance up there. But there won't be a root throughout the rest of the style, like rooted shaded. So they are very similar, just a little different. So rooted shaded mean the same, toned a little different, only at the top.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Of
Okay.
course.
Do you want to talk a little bit? I know we kind of touched on these new colors, the chocolate frosted, dark gray frosted, peach blonde shaded, which I can't wait to see in person, and then Firestorm Mix. Is that a new one as well?
Yes, it is. The Firestorm Mix, brand new color, and you'll find it with the style. I believe it's Dua. So take a look at that. Or is it Mila? I have to double check now. Now I'm drawing a blank.
I think I
But
saw it on
Firestorm Mix,
Dua.
I think it is Dua. Um, yeah, Firestorm Mix, very vibrant red color, like you were saying. It's beautiful, especially if you're looking for reds. It's a gorgeous, vibrant red and synthetic fiber, so it's not going to fade on you. You're going to get that rich color all the time. But yes, those are the four new colors, brand new colors being introduced with this collection. So definitely go check it out. I know there's always images that you can go see of the wig on a mannequin in every color it comes in. And so if you're not sure what that looks like, go take a look at it and get a real kind of understanding of what these brand new colors look like, especially the peach blonde shaded color. That one is gorgeous, just in time for spring. It's so light and fresh and almost pastel-y a little bit. It's beautiful.
Oh, it sounds so pretty. I can't wait to see it. We were going to talk a little bit about like choosing your own shade, like how you choose or how I would choose and how you gals would choose your Ellen Wille shade. So I could start by saying when I select colors, I try to select a variety so that I can show a variety. So it's not always like what would I love to wear. If I select it based on what I would love to wear, I really like the rooted blonde colors or the light kind of rooted brown with like a little bit of blonde highlight, like your chocolate frosted, which that was the first time I've seen that one. So pretty. So I've been experimenting a little bit more with some of the rooted blondes, and I really like that. I can say as I've aged, like my face tone has changed. It used to be very more pale, if you will, and now it's more rosy. And so that has had me kind of shift a little bit in terms of the shades of blondes that I would select. Like I can't be too
Yeah.
blonde because it really pulls out that rose in my cheeks. And something a little bit darker tones it a little bit. So that's kind of my experience. But I can say too, and I share this with our viewers frequently, when you want to try a new color, what your whole ensemble is, it really impacts that how you see it and how it blends with everything that you have. So for example, in the live showcases, because I typically will show a variety of colors, if I had on a green sweater and I put on a red style, I don't think it would look as nice on me as it would if I had like a neutral color, neutral makeup, and then I put that red on. It really allows that color to shine and blend, and everything is balanced, you know. So I think with color, when you're selecting, it's important to just note that if you want to try one color, a new color, when you receive it, try it on with something neutral so you can get the true idea of what it looks like. And then when you're feeling really confident you can add like blues and, you know, purples and pinks if you want. There's some pinks that I love wearing with blondes, but it has to be the right shade of blonde. Otherwise, I have to go back to like a cream or a black, because otherwise it just pulls out the redness in my cheeks. So that might be a little too much information, but I was just trying to share with you my experience, and I'd love to hear yours.
Yeah. Sorry, Amber.
Oh,
I was gonna
Yes, it does.
share mine. It's very similar to yours, Andrea. As far as I always go for the like rooted type of styles. Obviously I like my brunettes because that's just what I have naturally. So I kind of gravitate towards that. But I have, ever since working in this industry, I usually gravitate towards grabbing a blonde. But there's so many different blondes. I need it to have a root most of the time, just because it doesn't look natural on me without a root. But I've noticed I like a little warm in like a little bit of warmth, like a sandy blonde rooted, for me, because I think just naturally, I have brown eyes, I have darker features, I have natural warm undertones. And so I feel like it kind of complements it a little more on me. If I do go for like more of a bold metallic, because I do that too, that's fun. I've noticed I have to really spruce up the makeup a little bit more because it tends to wash me out. And so, like you were saying, clothing is a huge part of it. Makeup also can kind of help to enhance or accentuate your eye color. Thankfully, my closet is full of black, and so I wear black pretty much 99% of the time. But yeah, usually the makeup will be a huge kind of adjustment for me. But Amber, I would love to hear yours because I always compliment you on all the things you do for your looks.
well, listening, I have similarities with both of you. When I was listening to Andrea and her like timeline with how things have shifted, I can say the same for me. I was, I was born with like white blonde hair, and I had blonde hair throughout my whole childhood and into my teen years. And then it slowly started to go darker. I would say my natural biological hair color is probably like a mousy brown. There was a point in my life where I have pictures of my blonde hair when it was more caramely. And so naturally, I've had a variety of colors as I've aged with my own biological hair. And then within my family, there's people with some reds as well. So I never thought that I would reach for reds or look like I could get away with a red. But as I've worn alternative hair, I've graduated from being very discreet and only reaching for the wigs and the colors that would not give it away. So for instance, when I first started wearing wigs, I had dark brown hair. I had mentioned I was blonde, and then in my teen years, I dyed my hair brown, and I was brown from that point forward until I went back to wigs. I just could not naturally obtain a beautiful natural blonde color because my hair would just break off. And so I stuck with the brunettes. I loved the brunettes. I was really into, a little bit of red, maybe some highlights, but I stuck with that kind of very discreet, did not want anybody to bat an eyeball. And I loved it. It gave me that opportunity to really dive into all the brunettes. I did a wig review for Wig Studio One back in 2018 maybe. And it was my first blonde. And I can tell you, my kids, my family, they did a double take. It was on Valentine's Day, and they're like, "What? What's going on?" And you know what? From that point forward, it lit a fire in me, and I loved blondes from that point forward. I think I reach for blondes because as I've aged, I feel like having some blondes or highlights, it helps just brighten my whole look. I don't know if it's because my natural hair is just dull. I really don't know, but I love the reds. And like Andrea said, I love it all. I love it all. And like both of you guys mentioned, what you wear plays a huge impact, and then how you do your makeup as well. So I think that most people, they can get away with wearing a red, a dark color, a very light or neutral or warm blonde, depending on your palette, what you decide to put on. And often when I pick the color that I wear for the day, I pick the wig first, and then I pick the clothes that complement, or vice versa. If there's a specific shirt or style of shirt, because that goes into play too, the style. If you have a collar, if you have all those different things, that might help you decipher, do I want to wear a pixie? Do I want to wear a bob? Anyway, I could go on and on, but that all comes into play with me choosing the wig style, and color is what I'm wearing.
Yeah, no, thank you. I hadn't even thought about like the whether it's a V-neck or you know, off the shoulder or has a collar, and that really can play so much. While you were talking, both of you, I was like, they make it sound like it's so much fun to get ready in the morning. You know, like it's like a canvas, and I don't wear makeup a lot, and when I do, it's usually just a little bit. But it makes me want to experiment more with like colors and things like that. You know, because I haven't really branched out in that. And I love how you explain that. Like there's, I know for a lot of people, wearing wigs it's a challenge. It's a hurdle that they need to get over. It was like that for me too. You know, I struggled with hair loss. My first topper was a really great experience. My first wig, I didn't select the right style or the right color for myself. And so it wasn't like, and then it's just a little bit more challenging. So hair loss in and of itself is typically a challenge for most of us. I feel like it's rare that most people wake up and go, oh, well, okay, I'm moving on in my life and this is what I'm going to do now and it's fine. I think there's a process of understanding and feeling comfortable, finding that confidence, understanding what's happening with your body and feeling comfortable and getting through those emotions and then choosing these styles. But as you progress, it's actually really fun. And you just inspired me to like even look at my wardrobe further, not just in color, because that's usually my main focus, but maybe next time we do a live, ladies, I'll have a collar on and I can show a pixie, or you know what I mean? Like it can be really fun. So thank you both for sharing that. I really appreciate it. I know, Amber, you have a couple styles to show us. These are from Envy, so I'm excited to see those. I'm sorry. Thank you for being so patient with us while Sabrina and I went on.
Oh my goodness. I love it. I love seeing these and hearing the advice and stories. So I'm here for it.
I'm super excited to see the new styles, but I know we were going to ask, or we were going to talk about, maybe we don't have it on here, or maybe I'm missing something here. I wanted to, so Amber's going to showcase a few styles from Envy. She's going to talk about like some of the ease and the beauty and some of these styles, and how the synthetics are, you know, how they can truly help change your look, give you confidence, and help you feel like you again. You know, if you're still going through that challenge of, you know, processing those emotions and getting back out there. So I know at some point we had on here that we were going to talk about like our very first wig that we had in our first wig experience. I think I thought I saw that somewhere. If I've missed it, that's okay. We could do it at the end. But I would love to hear styles and the styling fun. We do have a 3-in-1 air styler by Envy that we'll be giving away, which is huge. I have one of these tools. Amber will probably go into it more, and Sabrina. They have the opportunity to utilize this tool extensively, so they have a lot of insight and knowledge about ease and tips and things like that. But we will be giving one of those away. So thank you all for hanging out with us. And Amber, I'll turn it over to you so you can talk a little bit about some of your favorite styles from Envy, and we'll go from there.
Okay, I did see a comment real quick. I wish Envy would do a lighter red shade like pumpkin spice. And actually, Envy has a shade called lighter red, and it's beautiful. I love that shade. I'm not going to show it. I don't have it in my list of wigs to show, but definitely check it out. Look at some reviews online. Check out Wig Studio One website. I'm sure many of your reviewers have, shown and shared lighter reds. So check that out because it's one of my favorites. Speaking of talking about synthetic wigs, for me, I reached for a traditional synthetic wig for my first wig, going back to our first wigs. I've tried every fiber, every cap construction, and I love them all. I think there's pros and cons to both, all of them. But I prefer synthetic because it's so easy. It's so convenient. There's so many choices. The style retention. I mean, we could go on and on. So actually, I would love to hear in the comments, like, why do you love traditional synthetic wigs? What do you love about it? And it's just fun to hear everybody's take on that. What about Sabrina, you and Andrea? What do you guys love about synthetic wigs? What's the favorite thing about it?
I love how easy it is. As much as I love to style and, background stylist, Cosmo School and everything, like, yeah, I love the versatility of being able to change up a look. But when it comes to synthetic, I love like just not having to mess with it. I can just put it on and go. And it's the convenience for me. Definitely. I love the convenience and the ease of the styling because it's just ready to go.
I agree. So convenient. In fact, I have non-wig wearers. Well, everybody's a non-wig wearer in my family. And what's funny is anybody can wear a wig. You don't have to have a reason. You don't have to have hair loss. It's been, it's amazing when we have this solution for whatever reason, whatever type of hair loss, whatever need. But honestly, the convenience alone, it's so great to reach for whether you have hair loss or have that need or not. If you want to switch it up because you don't want to damage your biological hair, because you want to bang one day, but you don't want to cut your bang. Don't cut your bang. Put on a wig.
Don't do it.
All the things. So the convenience and the choices and the confidence that it gives us. So I always go back to those 3 C's because they are amazing. Those 3 C's: choices, confidence, and convenience. It makes a huge difference in your wig wearing journey. I see a comment that says synthetic is more durable. Also, I want to point out typically synthetic is more affordable. So if you want to have a variety of wigs, you want to have your daily driver and then one that you reach for special occasions, or to alternate to prolong the life of your investments, having a few to reach for can help you as well. So there's so many great things about synthetic. Like I mentioned, you have your style memory, they're low maintenance. You wash it. I mean, I feel like I've gotten lazy with traditional because you wash it and you hang it and it looks beautiful. Done. It looks like you just, came from the salon. And I think that, I went from wearing a tiny baby top knot or a ball cap at the school drop-off to looking like I came from the salon every day. And so usually I'll tell people, girl, this is a wig. I'm not Superwoman. I can't do this every morning. I just, plop it on and go. So anyway, let me tell you what this wig is, though. This is Nadia by Envy, and the color is Golden Nutmeg. I'm not sure if you guys can see that very well, but Golden Nutmeg is a rooted color. This is a warm shade, and this has hints of golden, strawberry, and butterscotch blondes. You have that as your dimensional base with a chestnut brown root. Nadia does not have a lace front, but you have a left monofilament part. So that's a hand-tied part. So it looks like it's growing out of your scalp. I was going to show you guys the underside, but I got talking and then put it on. But what I love about Nadia is you do have this front fringe. It's kind of long, and I have a long forehead, but you could go in there and trim it. You could use the 3-in-1 air styler and adjust that fringe to your liking. And this is just a super fun, flirty, flippy style. Let me do a turnaround. I'm kind of close to this backdrop, but
oh, I love the layers.
such a beautiful, fun style. Now I do have the specs. Should I go over that, Andrea? Do you think there's time?
Sure.
Okay. So the front is 4.5 inches. The crown is 10 inches. The sides are also 10 inches, and your nape is 7.5 inches. Now this feels light and I don't know, just flippy. The flips.
Yeah.
But it's 4.3 ounces. I think it feels great. And I love the front fringe. If you guys love a good bang, Nadia is your girl. So
very pretty.
There's Nadia.
I'm seeing lots of comments where people are loving bangs. So I think there's a whole lot of fringe lovers here.
It's so youthful. I used to see whenever I put on a wig with a bang, people would say, you know, bangs over Botox. You want to cover up some forehead wrinkles, grab a bang. But they're fun. I love a good bang.
Oh my gosh, I have not heard that before, but I know I'm going to use that at some point. That is so cute.
So I'm going to grab Gia Mono now, and I have the same color. The golden, let's see, what was it? Sorry, my mind's all over.
Golden nutmeg?
Yes, the golden nutmeg. So same color. And Gia Mono has been created after the very favorite, it's a very popular Gia wig. And this was in the spring launch of last year. Super cute bob with just piecey loose waves. And what Gia Mono features is, well, the Gia is your basic cap. And this one, the Gia Mono, has your So Soft lace front. And this one has an extended lace front with your monofilament top. And the So Soft lace front, you have a layer of very, very soft lace. And this helps with that lace front itch that some people get and just creates that nice soft barrier.
Quick question for you, Amber. Somebody was asking about permatease. Do you feel like there was a lot of permatease in Nadia, or just what were your thoughts on that?
I have Nadia off. Let me show you guys the underside. So you have no lace front, but you have that left monofilament part. Now you have some closed wefting right here. And Nadia has just a slight amount of permatease at the very, like, I would say roots of those wefts. I'm not sure if you guys can see. It's very minimal, but it's there so that you can have that gorgeous silhouette, that coverage, and just the volume that's needed on this type of style. You can smooth it down. It's not excessive, and it looks great. As you can see, like I dug into that permatease, and it's very minimal, but you do have just a little bit where that closed wefting is on the other side of that left monofilament part.
Yeah, it helps lift the layers a little bit. So I know permatease is sometimes perceived as something that's not, that's not wanted, but the reality is most wigs will have even just a little bit, because it helps keep that style. Like without that, you wouldn't, that layer, I don't think, would be as prominent in that style. It would just lay flatter and blend in. So it really is designed with permatease. These styles are designed with permatease to give just a little bit of volume, a little bit of lift. And I didn't mention earlier any of these styles, if they have permatease. I usually try to remember to do that because we do get a lot of questions, but thank you for sharing that, Amber. I think that sounds beautiful. And the one I have on just for this one is Mila, and I don't really feel much permatease in there, maybe just a little bit right around like the monofilament top. But again, you know, just otherwise, so that style doesn't lay too flat, you have to have just a little bit there to provide the look that the designer's going for. Otherwise, it does lay too flat. So thank you for sharing that. I appreciate it.
And then also it helps hide that base construction. I don't know if you've ever thrown on a wig and you can kind of see into the weft. So it just, like you said, it gives it that great shape, that great silhouette. And then it allows you to lift it, like get in there with your fingers if you want that volume, and then you can get in there and smooth it down as well. And if you do get a wig that you feel like has excessive permatease, you guys, we're going to jump to this in just a little bit. use a 3-in-1 air styler. I have used the volume round brush to smooth out some permatease that I wanted tamed down, and it works like a charm. So just saying.
Very cool.
So this is Gia Mono. I do believe, so I did change up the part. Like I said, this did release last year in the spring, and this is just such a fun, another flippy type of style with the PC waves, kind of wispy, if you will. I don't know if you guys can see.
Yeah.
Back. She's fun. No wonder that they wanted, we wanted to create an option with that lace front and monofilament top, because the original Gia is so cute as well. So there you have Gia Mono. So you guys have to let me know, are you a bob gal, pixie, long? There's such a variety both with Ellen Wille and Envy. And you guys can find all of these styles at Wig Studio One.
Yeah, thank you. Well, for me, like I'm starting to be more, so I've always kind of been shoulder length, maybe a little higher, maybe a little bit lower, and straight. Just because I have a fuller face, I prefer just to have a straight style. I feel like it kind of slims my face a little bit. But I'm really liking the pixies. I've learned more over this last year. I've been doing lives every week, and I have had the opportunity to try on so many pixies that I wouldn't normally have probably purchased for myself, or even felt confident in showcasing, on social, so that people could see a little bit more detail on what it looks like and stuff. And I'm starting to really like them. And summer's coming. I love the ones with a little bit longer layer that you can pull back up off the face, or like Prima. Her bangs are a little bit shorter, but she's got that lace front hairline. When we were showcasing her, we could get like lots of volume out of her because those longer layers on top. And so that and kind of a shoulder length are a little bit longer for me. But now I love the wave too. So, I'm really starting to branch out. Yeah.
That's such a good length, because you do have some length. You can even, pull it probably in like a little ponytail, and do some creative styling with it. But it's off the neck. It's lighter. That's why I love this length, because speaking of spring and summer, I've had people ask, what do I do in those warmer climates? Reaching for a lighter wig. Ellen Wille, they are the lighter wig kings and queens.
Yeah.
Because, sorry, I couldn't think of what I wanted to say, but they just have the most natural lightness to them. But I love them all. I love a lighter wig. I love the volume, the va-va-voom. Yeah. And speaking of volume, I have Harmony right here. Harmony is so cute. Pretty. Yeah, she has these, I'm not sure if you guys can see that. And this color is Sparkling Champagne. This is one of my favorite rooted blondes from Envy. This has a chestnut brown root with golden blonde, ash blonde, and champagne blonde tones. Such a beautiful blonde. And Harmony has your lace front and a left monofilament part. Now, I don't have the specs pulled up for Harmony. I can do that in just a second, but let me do.
I think we could list them if that would be helpful for you, Amber. Mackenzie, maybe you could just pull those and post them in the comments so everyone can see what those specs are. I know sometimes it's hard when you're juggling during the live to have, you've seen me. I started on page 3. I ended up on page 1. So a little chaotic.
Costume changes and
we were Amber, you were asking like, what do we kind of gravitate towards? What's our preference? And the second you held her up, I'm like, that's who I go to. I love the longer lengths, some waves and curls in there. It's yeah, those are like my go-to styles
Wow.
for sure.
So pretty.
So I know that you love Brianna. I'm not showing
Love.
Brianna, but when I put on Harmony, I feel like Harmony has the volume and the
Yes.
soft glam Hollywood like curl like Brianna does, but in a mid-length, a shorter option. And then you do have also, just like Brianna, you do have kind of the side swept fringe that you can go in there with the air styler if you'd like. You could change that up, make it more of like a butterfly bang, but it comes more of like, you can kind of see that wispy front fringe, which I absolutely love because speaking of bangs, we were talking about bangs earlier, having some sort of fringe, even if it's just a side swept, I think I gravitate to. Anyway, so let me do a turnaround of Harmony.
Elated line was like, yes, Harmony.
Sorry, I missed that.
Oh, no, Elated line was making a comment. She loves Harmony.
Oh, yes. Harmony's a good one. I think Harmony needs more love because I haven't seen a ton of Harmony on social. So when I put on Harmony, I've been wearing her a lot lately and I love it. She, like I mentioned earlier, she does have some, I was saying volume, but she does have some density to her. I would say she's medium. So if you like to have, the hair of your dreams that for me, I was never able to achieve, Harmony gives me that. So
yeah.
Okay.
So
next one, I'm doing Coco.
We are giving Coco away too. So when you're ready, first off, Mackenzie, thank you for listing those specs. That's awesome. We appreciate you. And then we're going to do a giveaway of Coco by Envy. So I guess we should probably discuss, is it in the color of their choice, or what are your thoughts on that, ladies?
I believe is it Coco in the color of choice? Sabrina?
I think
that's what it was.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. So Mackenzie put the giveaway box up for Coco. So if you're interested in being entered to be selected for Coco in the color of your choice, just go ahead and enter your email address in the giveaway box. If you click on it, it expands. And then good luck, everyone.
So here's Coco. This is in the color Ginger Cream. And this is considered like a cooler color. This is light beigey. Well, it's described here as a light beigey brown with platinum highlights. It's interesting because in this lighting, and like we've talked about, lighting plays a huge role on the way that you perceive these colors. But this is in the blonde family, Ginger Cream. And it's such a beautiful blonde. Now, this does not have a root, this color. I know a lot. I mean, it's interesting to hear what people have to say about, rooted versus non-rooted. You'll have to let me know, those who are watching, and then Andrea and Sabrina. I know Sabrina loves a root.
I do too. But I know a lot of our customers, not all, I would say, just in my experience from kind of a bird's eye view, I think the rooted colors are becoming very popular. And the reason I say that is because they keep coming out, and they keep, those are some of our best-selling colors are the ones with the roots, especially the lighter styles like the rooted blondes and things like that. So I think people really love those. But then you also have your group of, people who are like, no, that's not for me. I've always had my roots done. It doesn't look natural to me. It looks like I need to go to the salon. So it's just perception, and what makes you feel, buttoned up and confident and like you're looking your best. And so, but yes, I would gravitate toward, for the lighter styles, definitely a root, because I am naturally my natural hair is actually pretty dark. It's almost a black.
Okay.
But now it's also white and a little bit of gray too. So there's that.
Yeah.
But just from when I had my bio hair in my 20s and stuff, it was definitely a dark brown. So I like if I'm going to graduate to a lighter color, I like the root because it helps it feel a little bit more natural. Although I will say in some cases, sometimes the root is too stark. I don't see that
Yeah.
with any Ellen Wille or Envy styles. But for me, it's important that it blends, that it looks natural, and that it just provides an additional dimension, and not necessarily this very stark difference between like ombre. But ombre is even a blend too. It kind of graduates, and then so you just want to. I just personally love like as it kind of just trickles down through and looks very natural and adds some dimension. So hopefully
Yeah.
that's
I do know
hopefully
that. Sometimes you do get that amazing shade that isn't rooted, and it just hits the spot. It's fantastic. But I love that there is the variety with non-rooted and rooted, everybody's preferences, because I have had individuals reach out and they're like, everybody's showing rooted shades. I know they're popular, but tell me about the non-rooted shades. So ginger cream is one of them. And to show you this Coco, before I throw her on, you have that lace front, and then you have that left monofilament part. You also have the open wefting, and she's just super cute. She is another, I would say, well, let's put her on. I was going to say long bob, but we'll see, because we talked about this earlier. It will be, it's different on everyone. I would say she's bob length for me.
Oh, cute.
Yes.
She is a cute one.
Did you say she had a left side monofilament part?
So you have your lace front and then the left mono part. Fantastic.
I love the styles that you picked, Amber. I love it. You're bringing some spotlights to some of these girls because they need some more attention. That is adorable.
She is such a cute bob. I don't know. It kind of has a retro. I think the bobs that have that very glam curl, to me, it screams kind of retro vintage.
Yeah.
Just like another Hollywood glam type look. Because I love a good beachy wave. I love Charlotte, for example, because she has that dropped beachy wave, or like what you achieved on your style, Sabrina. But when you have this actual defined curl, I don't know. It's so just fancy.
Very glamorous. Yeah. What's funny is I was going to mention like Charlotte as a sister style, but the main difference I think would be is the curl pattern is just a little more relaxed on Charlotte, not as like glamorous, if you will, than on Coco.
I'd say these are more defined curls, where Charlotte is like a dropped wave.
Yeah.
I should have had my Charlotte handy because she's like a everyday.
I almost went to grab her. I should have brought her. I have her just not too far away. But I know I didn't want to take up too much time, and I do love that style. I need to showcase her during the next one. In fact, I thought of starting with that one, but then I was like, no, because it'll take us off. We're starting with Ellen Wille. I always overthink things. So, but next time I will surprise you.
Perfect.
I'm
excited. Amber, that color looks so great. Like the non-rooted color, I know we just had that whole conversation. It looks so great. Like that just goes to show you, it doesn't have to be a root to look natural.
To look natural,
all preference, like you guys were saying.
Well, and if you can't find your color and you found the non-rooted version of what you like, you can always use just a little bit of root spray, to help, like you had done with your style. So, so many options.
There's always ways to make that wig your own. So I love that Sabrina talked about how she personalized her style. And then if you do have a traditional synthetic, I saw a comment asking what kind of fiber it was. And the ones I'm showing, they're all traditional synthetic. We're kind of showcasing your traditional synthetic. Oh, I keep messing with these because they're driving me crazy. Sorry, guys. But anyway, why we love traditional synthetic wigs and how they so convenient, and what we can get out of them. So, and we talked about this too, the price point, it brings a price point down typically. But you're not limited with your traditional synthetic fibers. You can go in there. We've been told time and time again, I've been reminded now that it's Easter on Sunday, be careful when you're cooking. You don't want to get that wig around the oven or whatnot. But with the 3-in-1 air styler, you can go in there, you can customize, you can refresh, you can help prolong the life of your synthetic wigs and your heat friendly and your blends and all the fibers. But the game changer is that you can use it on your traditional synthetic fiber. So there have been many styles that I probably would have just kind of thrown in the box and shoved it to the side because it would take too long to pull out the steamer and try to make my own. But I can take the 3-in-1 air styler with the 3 attachments, just to show you guys real quick, and customize and make that wig all my own. I can redirect the knots. I can add more volume. I can tame down some permatease. I can take an old style that is a little crispy, needs some TLC, and go and refresh and revive that style with the air styler. Sabrina, I know you've used the air styler so much. We both have. What do you love about it?
I mean, I love that I can curl synthetic now. I've steamed so many wigs that the process is so time consuming. So just the fact that you can go and style. Oh, I see there's a winner for Coco.
And I apologize. I went right into the air styler.
No.
Valiant Soup.
Congrats.
Yay! Congratulations, Valiant Soup. You are the lucky winner of Coco, and we will reach out to you through email here by Monday afternoonish, just to confirm your shipping address and see what color you'd like to select. So congratulations. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for showing all of those beautiful styles, Amber. Okay, so, and we also have an air styler that we're going to be giving away. Am I right about that? Yay!
Yeah, I went right from Coco into the air styler segment. I apologize. I was just so excited about it.
No, I know. Well, and the air styler is just, and I'm sorry, Sabrina, you were just saying like what you like about the air styler and what you've been able to accomplish with it. So please feel free to go ahead. And those of you who are interested in possibly receiving an air styler as a giveaway, just enter your email into that box. Once you click on giveaway, it will expand. You can enter your email, and then we will randomly select a recipient. So
yeah, it's an amazing tool. When we, came out with the air styler, we got to really test it, play around with it. Obviously, the curling part was, the fun aspect of it that we haven't been able to do. But I will say being able to maintain and revive a synthetic style or even a heat-friendly synthetic style, I think was like a huge kind of eye-opener that, these wigs aren't just done for. You can fix it and really just prolong that life of your wig. And so you get all these tools, you get all these attachments, but the fact that you can go and take these wigs that you thought you couldn't wear anymore and fix them back up and you have it brand new again, I think that's just so amazing. So amazing that you can do that now.
Yeah.
So I was traveling recently, and this is silly, but it's true. I was traveling and I took off my wig at the end of the day, and I took her off like this, so I had a full view of the nape, and it was a little bit knotted, like you could see it had been worn, and I was like, sweet, because now I get to try the air styler. So that's one thing I haven't done is reviving my styles. I have not had the opportunity to play with it in that regard. So I was really excited to have that opportunity. I have curled heat friendly. I've not curled synthetic yet, but I've curled heat friendly. I've curled human hair with it. And one time I had a wig. I was running behind schedule and I had a live. And I hadn't unboxed. I learned a very valuable lesson from this, but I hadn't unboxed my wigs yet. And I was going live in like 15 minutes. And I had just mismanaged my time that day, and I was taking them out and putting them on the mannequins, and I had a short style that was packaged inside out, which is fine. It's just sometimes those shorter fibers can stick out. And I had a style that was kind of shoulder length wavy, and it had bangs that were like this. And I thought, oh, I cannot, like, I can't, what am I going to do? And I used that, and it worked, and it saved me. And I was able to do it before I went live. I can't remember exactly how much time I had, but I know I was really pressed for time, and I was stressed. And I reminded myself, you need to do this the day before every time moving forward, because if you have a style that isn't behaving right out of the box, you need to have a chance to fix it. Otherwise, you feel silly and you look silly. So I was able to do that fairly quickly. And so it really is such a valuable tool. I just haven't had an opportunity to explore all of the things. So that's been my experience, though, very positive. The one thing I would say is just remind yourself you have to go through steps. You have to turn off that cool shot before you start again. Otherwise, you'll be cooling instead of warming those fibers when you start your new curl. So I caught myself on that a couple of times, but I've had a wonderful experience with it. I'm so grateful. I love the packaging it came in. For those of you that haven't seen it or haven't tried the Air Styler yet, it has a very simple step-by-step instruction booklet that goes with it. It makes it super easy. It's not complicated at all. That was one of the things I felt a little intimidated by. And I was completely wrong. It was very simple, very easy to use. So
yes, definitely check out the Envy Wigs website, because we have tutorials, all the instructions. Like Andrea mentioned, there is a little pamphlet booklet that comes with the package with everything you need to know. But speaking of traditional synthetic fibers, there's some things to keep in mind. You want to start with your medium fan speed. You have your low, medium, and high, and you want to stick with the medium. We usually always stick with low fan speed. And then, sorry, I heard somebody in the background. Could you guys hear that? And then the cool shot. The cool shot is essential for you to set that curl and that style in place. I love the cool shot on this tool because you don't have to hold that cool shot down. But like Andrea mentioned, sometimes we'll go back in to do the next curl and we'll forget to turn that cool shot off. So that's something to remember. But it's super easy to change out those attachments. And it's just, 20 years in the making. Ellen was so innovative with this tool. Here I am saying, oh, it's so easy. And now I'm... But yeah, it's just an amazing tool to enhance your wig wearing journey and experience. So
yeah.
Anyway,
well, and I find like styling wigs, or I haven't had the chance to do the reviving, or get through some of those fibers and soften them again. But I imagine I'll feel the same about it. Like, it's just very calming for me to be able to just start with something and revive it, or have it look different at the end. I love trimming hair too. I can't do it worth anything. So I certainly don't offer that service, but I love I just love it's very calming for me. So I don't know if that's weird or if anyone else feels that way, but I know when I was styling using the 3-in-1 hair styler on my heat friendly style, putting curls in there, I was just like, wow, just so proud of myself, so amazed. So
yeah. It's therapeutic when you get into it. Yeah. And I have to tell a story. So we were at the American Hair Loss Council conference, and Sabrina and we sat and curled and straightened and smoothed throughout the whole conference. And it was kind of chilly in there. So it not only is it therapeutic, but I'm always cold. So sitting there with a little bit of heat from the airflow, that just felt amazing. But like you said, having that before and after and seeing either the change in style, which you can do, but I think what a lot of people reach for is fixing that tweaking their style. So pulling it out of the box, maybe it does have some cold crimps. The bang is ski wampus. and being able to go in there and make it your own and fix those things that you're like, I can't wear this wig now. And you can go in there and fix it lickety split and you're ready to go. It really has blown my mind. And I think that I use it on bangs and just weird areas all the time, because I actually store my styles back in the box. And as careful as I like to be, as I try to be, you might pull it out and there's, you know, just one spot that needs a little bit of refresh. And this is the tool of choice. So
it's sort of like, I feel like it's a feeling of accomplishment. And it's similar to like when if my house is not clean and then I clean my kitchen or something, I will go back into that kitchen a number of times and be like,
I did that.
Yeah.
That was good. I did good.
So that was all me.
You know? Yep. Okay, well, why don't we go ahead then, and we will select our winner for the Air Styler. So thank you, Amber, for sharing those beautiful styles by Envy and talking about the Air Styler. If you have any questions, please feel free to put them in the comment section. We're happy to try to answer those. Mackenzie's really good at responding to, but if for some reason we miss them, please feel free to email us at support@wigstudio1.com and we'll make sure. Oh, Gentle Pizza! Congratulations. You are the lucky recipient of a 3-in-1 Air Styler. I hope you love that tool. I hope you're able to experiment with it, and feel free to reach out and ask questions too in our Facebook group, or you can email us. If we don't have the answers, we know who to call, Amber and Sabrina, and we'll make sure to get those questions answered for you. But congratulations. I'm really excited to have you try that. I was really, really impressed. So I hope that you love that. And I hope it helps you with all of your styles. Okay. Wow. Well, we've gone for a while today. Thank you so much, Amber and Sabrina, for joining me and sharing all the Ellen Wille styles. Just as a reminder to all of you, Ellen Wille is 25% off. I believe that is through the weekend, and that discount's automatically applied at checkout. Same is true with Envy, except it's 30% off through the weekend, and that discount, I believe, is also applied at checkout. So we've had a couple changes lately where sometimes we'll have a code and sometimes we have a discount. So apologize for any confusion on that. But again, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to us at support@wigstudio1.com. We've got a lot of great promotions going on right now. Fast shipping. We don't offer there's no restocking fees. So if you want to try something out, you can do that. We do have free virtual consultations, as I mentioned in the beginning. So if that's a need for you, please feel free to take advantage of it. We do have some amazing personal hair consultants. They'd love to sit down with you virtually, talk to you about what your needs are versus like your budget and your lifestyle and all of those things that kind of come into play. They can also provide some really valuable information about different brands like Ellen Wille and Envy, fit, colors, all of that stuff. So it really is helpful. And so if that's something that you would like, you are welcome to do that. We are also on social. We have a Facebook group here, Wig Studio 1 Wig and Topper Support Group. So if you're on Facebook and you'd like to be a part of that group, feel free to join us. It is a private group, so it won't show up in your feed. Well, it'll show up in your feed, but it's not going to show up in your friends and family's feed. So we do that to try to just protect everyone's privacy. As we understand, not everyone is open about their wig wearing or alternative hair wearing. And we want to be able to create a place where you can share and ask and celebrate and all of those fun things without feeling like you have to expose yourself at the same time. So, okay. I think that's it. Amber and Sabrina, thank you so, so much. Do you guys have anything that you'd like to add to close out tonight?
No, just thank you for having us here, and thank you everybody. The comments I was scrolling through, everybody's so amazing with commenting and questions, but this was so great. We love doing these with you, and congratulations to all the winners. But it was really, really fun doing this. Thank you, Andrea, and the rest of the Wig Studio 1 team behind the scenes. I know you guys put all of this together. I know it's not as easy as it looks. You make it look very effortless, but
Yeah.
thank you.
Yes, I agree. Thank you to Andrea and the whole Wig Studio One team, and everybody who came to watch and contribute and chat tonight.
Yeah.
You're all amazing, and congratulations. We can't wait to do this again.
Yeah, me too. Thank you both for joining me. A huge thank you to Envy and Ellen Wille. Ellen Wille sponsored these 3 styles, so congratulations to our winners. And thank you all for participating and for entering the giveaways and for your comments, like Amber was saying and Sabrina. It's really nice, like these lives. Sometimes it blows me away because I'm like, well, if I'm having a bad day, all I need to do is go live because I'm flooded with this support and kindness, and just people are just so wonderful. So thank you all for joining us. We really appreciate your time. I know we went a little long tonight, and thanks for sticking with us. So congratulations to our winners. A huge thank you to our team. Thank you, Envy and Ellen Wille. And we will see you all next Thursday. Have a wonderful weekend ahead. And thanks, Sabrina and Amber. It was great. I look forward to our next one.
All right.
Too. Thank
Bye.
you.
Take care, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.